The Infinity Train is an interesting concept where you select cards every third level. On the first level that I skipped, I selected a turn meter 10% manipulation card. You have two types of cards. One sticks with you until the very end, 24 waves. The other one doesn't, and it's just good for 3 waves. When you can skip the 3-wave card and only use the 3-wave card and the very last 3 waves, group of 3 waves, that you can not complete anymore, so that you maximize your chances that you can. Now, assist rate, no. Max HP, maybe. At the start of each wave, reduce skill CD by 2 turns and increase turn meter by 5, 20, 30%. This is what I want. I'm going for speed as much as possible, at least for now. This is my team. You can only select green and purple characters at the moment, so those that don't have an advantage or a disadvantage against others. And the battle is automated, fully auto. It cannot be made manual, cannot switch to manual at all. So you see I'm already at wave 6, which means that this is already the 3rd wave that we're using since I started recording, which is quite a feat in itself. Because you see that the battles go really quickly. And now you see the middle card. All enemies lose 80% HP at the start of each battle for 3 battles, except boss fights. This is horrible on all waves, because if you can go all the way to wave 24, the last one, in the boss fight, the boss is not gonna lose 80% HP. This is bad. But this only holds for 3 waves, and wave 7 to 9 is supposed to be easy by now if you've played for more than a month. If you're a new player, maybe you can only advance to wave 5, wave 6. I'm not kidding, I've been there before. And in that case, what can you do? Just skip it, well, go until wave 5, 6, maybe select a card like this, that helps, and maybe you go to wave 7, maybe you finish at wave 6, and next time you try in a month or whenever. Now, reduce skill CD, you see, when you have a 2-star option, then the rewards get a lot higher than before. So now turn meter increased 20%, I'm happily accepting it. And you can see your cards here. So these are my cards basically at the moment. There is some sort of variety, you can try it I think 5 times in total. So maybe with different cards you can advance better, who knows. You can try it out. Now the problem with Infinity Train is that it takes really long if you have the wrong type of characters, obviously, or if they are not strong enough. For example, in this team I don't have a nuker, a major nuker. Grey may be taking or dealing a lot of damage, but all 5 characters are basically there for other effects. Grey's primary purpose is basically attack, or rather defense manipulation. But basically he is my main nuker, an SR character, just imagine that. If I got some other character, for example, I could bring, well, Messiah I cannot bring because he's yellow, at least in this formation. But if I could bring someone else who's a real nuker, then maybe it would be a bit faster. Also, you cannot manual this. Let's see first. Assist rate, no. Final damage, so damage, HP losses at the end of each turn equal. Yeah, so final damage is increased. HP losses are also increased. Okay, or assist rate. I'm gonna use this one for now. Oh, and where doesn't my camera hurt? For example, here, there you go. So, this is already wave 11. So we go to 10, 11 and 12. And then we're gonna be done with these sets of waves as well. And you see that it's still relatively quick. Now wait until level 24. It's gonna be a disaster. So as always, what I recommend is bring other games in the meantime. So it is not bad to administrate, let's say, Era of Chaos, Raid Shadow Legends, or anything for that matter in the meantime in the background. Because unfortunately the drawback of Infinity Train, this is my feedback to this is not a bad game to play, but there is one thing: simulate the battles or make it even faster than X5. Now X5, I understand that you're slowly reaching the limitations of what the game can do or can display, but simulation is good. And I have another proposal actually. Now I'm not sure if I can show it. Maybe I can. There is some fast, but if there is some fast battle option. So even in Era of Chaos, for example, a battle takes, let's say, 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Now let's find another one. Acid Straight, no. Final damage again. Healing and shield. So this is a damage increase. Now this is the second type of damage increase that we got. Now defense increase, I haven't selected that. Are there defense based champions? That's a good question. There are some that require some defense. I mean, all of them are 1-star cards. I'm tempted to select damage because that's another type of damage card. I'm tempted to also take care of defense because in the last few waves it's especially defense and HP. I didn't focus on it and I died. Now let me show you what this game is missing. Imagine that you have battles. For example, this is another game, Era of Chaos. You battle these opponents and then battle, there you go. And this is a simplified version of a battle, you see? You don't see the details. Now, I have a hack, so if you exit it's even faster. You don't see the details, although in the report you could see that, let's say if you wanted to replay the battle itself, let's say the first battle, it would look like this. See, this is a real battle basically. It all emblems everything, like 2x speed or 4x speed is the maximum here. And you see that things are happening and you see the details. Now, this has a normal battle view, and even this has an accelerated battle view with a simplified view. This is what Etheria Restart is missing, okay? So you see that I could enjoy battles in 3 different abstraction levels. Slowest, the most detailed, relatively fast, with all effects still in play and seeing the units in action somehow, and then ultra fast that just summarizes everything in 5 seconds. And this is what we're missing here. So we're missing it quite badly actually, if you think about it. Because now it's wave 15 already. Okay, we're still only at 5 minutes, but you see that the time required to clear wave 13 to 15 is basically as much as clearing waves 4 to 12. Now, waves 1 to 3 were like a 5 seconds adventure, so it's a really fast thing. Now, wave 15 is getting a bit slower. And you see that as long as your HP is like close to max with shields and everything else, you're fine. You're more than fine. And then sooner or later it's gonna get a bit more problematic. One issue with the game is that you would prefer not using the second and third attacks when only one opponent is present. But unfortunately the AI is still relentlessly using the major attacks that are supposed to just kill everyone in the field. Now, let's see, 3-star. At the start of each wave, reduce kill CD. This is what I'm gonna select. What are the options? This is restores 100% HP to all allies and purifies negative effects. Resets kill CDs. This is a card that is a one-time benefit. You don't want to select that in wave 16. Attack 10%. Now you want these 3-star cards, as many as possible, because these give you the most benefit. Proportionally per card. Now wave 16 to 18 are gonna be even slower most likely, so I'm anticipating a 3-minute battle. approximately. And it's bad because it's double XP Saturday when I'm recording this. And what is bad about this specifically is that with this double XP, I basically selected the thing that I farm the most slowly. And if you press escape, let's say escape, you cannot even press escape. What is going on? Yeah, or pause like this. You can only exit battle or restart or continue or go to settings. It's not possible to just pause it, because if you exit you lose progress. That's another thing, because not everyone has like 20 minutes. Just imagine that you start the fight with less than 10% or 5% battery, and then all of a sudden your battery just disappears and you have to start it all over again. Although there were some I think it's Phantom Theater, where there is a bug that all of a sudden the fighting just stops and no one can progress, and you cannot clear the stage even if you've made like 900 waves of damage. So that's another bug that maybe they will get rid of. So the game is relatively new. It's relatively bug free, by the way, so it's a good job on that. I'm just seeing a couple of small issues here and there. Okay. So that's what we don't want. You see the A3 attack. A3 is like third attack, for those who are beginners. So this is what we really don't want to see used when there is only one opponent. Now, wave 18, you see that the opponents are getting more difficult to deal with. So sooner or later we'll finish that. And then we'll have 2 more cards left. This team, even though it doesn't have a good nuker, is good for wave 24. And last time I played this yesterday, I died on wave 24, near the finish line. I haven't gotten much stronger, but I'm choosing different and maybe better cards. And some of my characters are developed. So Sanya is fully developed, Lily is fully developed, although you don't necessarily want to follow my advice. I mean, I know that fully developing a unit requires 15 perfect lattices. That's quite a lot, right? Now, I played right from day one, so I could afford it. And the reason why I do this with multiple characters is that I wanted to get an edge in the arena. And as long as I can play this edge, I have a higher chance of winning. At least in this PvP arena. And a few characters are maxed out, which is quite good. So my opponent's Lily is inherently worse than my Lily. Now, maxed out doesn't mean that I have 5 copies of the unit. Now let's see, this is 2 stars, end of the turn 25% chance to reduce seed. So this is speed, that's amazing. Crit rate, crit damage is amazing as well, but only if you don't have the good enough percentage like 100%. This reflective coating is what I used last time for wave 22, 23, 24. So I'm gonna use this. After all, speed is king, I heard. Which is not fully true in Etheria, it's more a truism in Raid Shadow Legends, not necessarily here. And you see we're still dealing enough damage. What's important is like you have 5 opponents, you need to get rid of some of the opponents before they take a turn. I couldn't manage it, so all 5 opponents are coming and now they're gonna kill my units left and right, which is not ideal obviously. So we'll need to kill them, but we need to deal damage as well. I'm interested in what kind of cards I'm gonna get next time. Next time meaning wave 22. And it's what I expected already 10 minutes in. Unfortunately, this is Infinity Train. It feels quite infinite. You need to take your time. So think about like 20 minutes or so of your life. But fortunately, it can mostly run in the background, and sooner or later they prompt you to select a card. Hopefully later. So this is already wave 20, we'll still need wave 21. We're not dying though, so this is still quite easy. What's expected to be hard, at least for me at the moment, is wave 24. Now, with another month, I have no doubt that wave 24 is gonna be easy, and I have no doubt that I will finish the whole game in about like 10 minutes. I'm sure there are gonna be some speedrun world records. So this is one of the best options to speedrun, obviously, but then you don't see why the speedrun works, so it's good and bad at the same time. I've seen speedruns, for example, for Raid Shadow Legends campaign normal mode, where you bring one unit, you don't know how that unit is built, and it basically one-shots all the opponents all the way to the very end. Now, it's not good, obviously, for a speedrun, because you don't know the details, you don't know why it works. And you see the time investment, it's increasing, unfortunately. So wave 20 is already quite bad. And then comes wave 21 plus. 21 is obviously gonna be a bit worse than wave 20, so you see we're suffering for this. Let's put it this way, it takes a while. One thing you can do is you can target one specific opponent with this, so you can click on one of the opponents. This is the only thing you can do. But you don't need this because they always target the weakest opponent. The only problem is that when the AoE damages different units differently, and the weakest unit, the previously weakest unit, takes less damage than the other weakest unit. But then, obviously you damage the weakest unit. And these opponents are the same. So this means that it doesn't matter which one you damage, you go for the weakest. So at least in this we have an option of being selective. So it not damaging the weakest unit, I think it hurts you on some level. Not much, but it hurts you a bit. So 13 minutes in, and now you can just hope that it's gonna be done, because you're gonna do the last action that you can. By the way, on wave 24, maybe selecting specific units helps to avoid targeting the boss or to target the boss. But that's a difficult one. You see they damage the proper units, so that's at least well done. All right. 2 more units. So this train feels quite infinite. Now, where is Mew used? Like, look it up. You know, there are some chats, different chats. So there is World, System, Union, and there is also a game chat, for example, for what was the name of it? The Phantom Theater. We started chatting in Phantom Theater just to see what we can do to overcome the bug. So this is counterattack. This is increased turn meter of the ally with the highest turn meter. It's only 6%, and this is the very last card, so we cannot even go for the next one. I would recommend defense 25. It has the highest proportional effect because it's like 1.5 times better than the previous shield. It's already 2 stars, and we have these. We don't have any effect card that lasts for 3 turns only. So I think we can be fine with this. And as I said, expect to complete wave 22-23, and then on wave 24, as far as I know, we will die. It's unfortunate that we're going for our doom, but what can I do? Or maybe we won't, because now I have different cards, and maybe these cards are a bit better. Who knows? Or maybe they are a lot better. With a lot of manipulation. I tried the damage reflection, it just doesn't do anything with the boss. So that 3-turn damage reflection. It just doesn't matter because the boss has so much HP compared to us that you're not out damaging him based on the damage dealt to us. You kill all 5 of these units and the boss gets like less than 10% HP damage. So that card doesn't scale with the boss, and you could just beat the rest of the waves without that card as well. So you might as well just use skills and try to 3-star 2 skills. Now I couldn't do it, but in some cases maybe you could. Then comes the 23rd wave and the final boss. Now, maybe you're looking forward to the final boss. I'm not, because I know that it's gonna be difficult. And to get the triple S rating, that would be amazing. Yeah, that's what you don't want, the AoE attack. Anyway, that was the very last attack for wave 22. And I was wondering yesterday what is going on in here. Am I gonna win this one? And it turned out actually I did. Okay, all units are 6-starred except Freya, who's like 5-star maxed, level 45. And not all units are level 50. There is some ally attack in place as well, it seems. So now the opponents are damaging us. Now Sanya is healing. That's good. And I told you, there's 70 minutes plus, and it hasn't even finished. So from now on you can set the game aside and just let it resolve itself, unless you want to select a certain opponent, for example this one or whichever. But here it doesn't even matter. That's the interesting part. So Infinity Train in action. Soon we're gonna get to the boss. In almost 20 minutes. I mean, it's time. Still takes a while. And this is a bit disgusting that I couldn't bring nukers so they stay alive for long, and maybe this is gonna be my doom. So maybe I can build a nuker in 5 days. And there you go, there is the boss in the middle. Now you can manipulate their turn meters so that they take turns a bit less, which I did, you see. When the opponents take a red hit, that's when their turn meter is manipulated. But unfortunately we have like full energy, and now they take turns. And it depends who is killed. Now Sanya can revive. That's a good feat. At least we have that. But you see that half our energy is already gone, and I won't be able to sustain this level of damage. Unfortunately. So it looks like we might be able to kill some minions, but not the main boss. And then I'm gonna die. It's unfortunate. But hey, what can we do? And I would love to kill at least the minions. So that's one thing that where manualing helps, because if the boss takes more proportional damage, then you need to click some of the minions to get rid of them. Because they are really bad to deal with. You see Lily is almost dead, others are almost dead, and now they take 3 turns, they will kill at least one of my units. This is what happened last time too. Or actually they didn't, but now they take a turn and now Lily is gone. So we're not in a good shape at all, and most likely we won't be able to kill one single unit, or maybe one. So maybe one works, who knows. Yeah. And that's it. Rewards are kind of mediocre, but at least you can get stability, at least you can get Hydra Crystals. So completing this daily doesn't hurt. I ended up in the same place like yesterday, and these 100 Hydra Crystals plus some stability plus some other things helps quite a lot. And in this case, after the 20 minutes intermezzo, don't forget to restart the battles. That's also important. And then that was Infinity Train.